everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica Janae. If you're new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. So today we are on our way to Alabama to do a historical well, a Black History tour, because my mom really wanted to do a Black History tour, and we've never been that far down south since we moved down south. So I mean, the furthest I've been is, well, I'll take that back. I've been to New Orleans, and of course I've been to Georgia, but not Alabama. So it's my first time going. We about to be on our way out. We going out during this pandemic. No, we don't need to be going nowhere, but you know what I'm saying, we got a little time in the summer to take a break, so like take some vacation. So you know, we still gonna play it safe. We still gonna use our mask, our hand sanitizer. We got our own towels. We got our own pillow cases for the hotel. So I mean, we still trying to be as safe as we possibly can. I know I am, because I ain't playing by no corona. And also I got some juice shots to help with my immune system. Got these from Trader Joe's. It's just ginseng, well, not ginseng, ginger. So take those. And I need to go get my vitamin C. But yeah, we about to get going. Dang, it's like blurry. So we about to get going, get on this road. It's a 5-hour trip from where I'm from, so that's not very far. I'm still tired though, but yeah, I'll see you back in just a second. Right now, we are at the Tuskegee Airmen base in Tuskegee, Alabama. We're the only people here, which is okay, because that means I don't have to wear my mask. My mom has hers on, but there was one other guy that was out here, and I guess he was doing like a tour as well, so he just stopped to look and, you know, come see the site, which I think that's pretty cool. This is nice because no one's here. Dang, I'm looking bad. But who cares? This is not about me right now. This is about Black history. So let's go ahead and look for my mom back there.
That's the official building?
Yeah, see right here? That's it right there.
Yeah.
This is the building right here. New Vista. My eyes were open to New Vista. I mean, I just didn't imagine that as a Black person at the time would have this opportunity. George Abercrombie. And that's it right there. That's the original building. The place where we learned to fly. This was a place where we learned to fly. We became pilots. We became officers. Randolph Edwards, 2003. It is really hot here. It's like right above me. The sun is like, it's right above me. It is blazing out here. You can't see the sun, but you know, you can feel it. It's hot. So we're just walking down to like the actual site where the cadets, and I don't know, but them chairs, no, I don't know, I don't think it is, but it's sitting on bricks. I don't know, maybe the houses here in Alabama sit on bricks. You know, some houses in some states and cities, they sit on bricks. I don't know why that was still sitting on bricks. but I don't think it's old. It might be old, just not as old as this over here. Phew, this is amazing. This is hangar number 1, so this is where the jets, I guess they are the fighter jets. This is it right here, but you have to go around to the other side to actually see the door where the hangar actually is. Fire, 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 fire. So I'm just gonna tell y'all, like, the sad thing about this is that anytime I come to like a southern state, because I for a minute I was like, I ain't never been no further than Georgia, but I've been to Louisiana, and now I'm in Alabama. And so the crazy thing about it is that anytime you anytime I come down south, I always think, man, how did the people work in fields? Like, how do people work in fields? How do people be, you know, like black people be slaves, like in this heat? Like, this is unreal. Like, can you just imagine 14-hour day, you know, maybe longer, just depending on, you know, what the demand was on your plantation. Like, this is, Louisiana is worse. Like, it's hot today, man. It is the summer, but like, I think I went to Louisiana like later on in the year when I did go, and it was like really hot and muggy, and like I seen the swamps and stuff like that, and I'm just like, how did people run? Like, how did slaves run? You know, because I think in those swampy waters they have alligators. So like, could you just imagine in hot heat? And then like when we were in Louisiana, because we went to New Orleans, we rode past some of like the plantation homes, and my gosh, a lot of the plantations were like really close together. So it's just like, how can you run? Like, where you gonna run to? Because if you run, you're gonna be running right into another plantation. At least that's just what we seen when we were there. But yeah, it's hot. I don't know how people do it, but I'm about to climb back up this hill because it's kind of far. My mom has, look, she already got up there. There's a jet. I don't know if you can see it, but I think it just left from this location. There it is right there. All right, so our next stop is we're about to go see Tuskegee Institute, which is a historically black college university, but now it's not Tuskegee Institute, it's Tuskegee University, which is founded by Booker T. Washington. If you don't know anything about Booker T. Washington, please go Google about him. There's a lot of information about him. There's a lot of misinformation, so you know, that's definitely one that you might want to look up, because people really don't know like the true story about Booker T. Washington and just kind of his views about like being a black person. So definitely go Google Booker T. Washington and just kind of read up and see the history. So now we're just about to head over to his school. I'm so tired. Thank God I had water, but I'm trying to climb this hill. I'm almost up there though, so I'm about to go because I can't see myself, and I'll see you back in a moment. So here in Tuskegee, there's a bunch of houses that need restoration. So if you're looking to purchase a home and you would like a historical home, come to Tuskegee. Like a plantation house. That's exactly what that is. Booker T. Washington was not about college degree. He was more about
agriculture.
Yeah. So when you came to school at Tuskegee, you came to learn how to be domestics, bricklayers, masons, and what's the other one, like blacksmiths. They just trained them to be better at being a slave, really. But this is Booker T. Washington, so him and W.E.B. Du Bois did not, but they did not have the same
Ideology.
right, thank you, when it came to college education.
There it is right there. Plastering.
Yeah, see it.
Shop, roofing.
Brick masonry class, roof framing class, sheet metal, shop plastering. This is the type of things they taught at the Tuskegee Institute. So that was then. Thanks, Mike. Come. So here's the George Washington Carver Museum. Of course, it's not open because of you know, COVID right now. But there's a statue of him in front of the building. It would be lovely to get to go in there, but we can't. There's cars behind me, so I gotta go. So this here must be, it's an old dormitory, and it is old because there's windows missing and it's actually falling down in the front of the building. So this says up from slavery.
I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah, because he was born into slavery. Look at that.
Oh, from slavery.
Thrasher Hall. It was renovated in 1983. Was built in 1893 by teachers and students using bricks that they made. Only the exterior walls remained from the original building. The bill above ran for class changes. It was located in the building's bell tower until 1983. So this had a bell tower. So that's up above. So these are the bricks. These are the original bricks that the students and the teachers. Remember, I told you that. I just said that. I said that the teachers and the students made the bricks that that you see here. You could tell they're handmade bricks. But they built the school. The teachers and the students, they actually built the campus. Edmund Pettis.
That's the bridge that was marched.
That's the bridge they marched over.
And they got turned around. Here's the little one again. And there go the water over there. And they waiting at the bottom of the bridge with them hoses. There go the dogs. That's why we afraid of dogs today. The dogs been chasing us since we were slaves.
So we are in Selma, Alabama. There's the bridge. So it's closed. There's a famous bridge that Martin Luther King marched over to get into Selma. And this is a Selma Welcoming Center. My mom's right there. So it's actually closed, which I kind of figured because it is COVID. And I just don't think people are playing around right now with that COVID. This is the side of the building right here. So you know, people was coming to register to vote. Voting Rights Act passed August 6, 1965. Register between now and August 28th. President Obama, Amelia Boyant, I don't know how to say the last name, marching together on the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, March 7, 2015. This town, I mean, this is like from 1965, really 1945. Literally nothing has changed. They still have the same pharmacy. That pharmacy doesn't even exist anymore. That Rexel. There's so much real estate here that,
I mean, this is like home.
This is like a gold mine. There's tons of vacant buildings, and like they really need to put money into the city. This little city could be booming. Brown Chapel AME Church. This was the meeting spot for civil rights in 1965. So when they marched, this is where they met at. Yep. Original stained glass. They covered that stained glass. You can't even see it. It's all covered up. This is the freedom rights. This is the civil rights. Freedom Wall. of the city of Selma, Dallas County. So it's Dallas County, Alabama. Headquarters of the Civil Rights Movement. So this they just put up in 2005. So this hasn't been here very long. Oh, let's see. These, I guess some of these are roll call of freedom fighters. So these are freedom fighters right here from 1950 to 2000. And this is everybody's name. This over here is the George Washington Carver Home Projects. They would do that to us. 1952, the city of Selma accepted federal funds to build the George Washington Carver Home Projects. The residents became the face of civil rights movements to many in 1960s because of Dr. King. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and other organizations would Don live with those families while fighting to secure the rights to vote for African Americans. Many families who lived here were active participants in the civil rights movement. This says, let us march until victory is won. James Weldon Johnson. Oh, that's Lift Every Voice and Sing. That's who wrote Lift Every Voice and Sing. James Weldon Johnson. Let us march until victory is won. This was dedicated in 1979. So Martin Luther King had already been dead and gone. So this is the Civil Rights Memorial Park in Selma. The bloodshed on this bridge named in honor of Klan leader. So Edmund Pettus, I guess it's Pettus. He's a Klan leader, and the bridge was named after him. So who even wants to even talk about that? Moving on. So these are some of the monuments of the people that marched. Oh, there's Portia from Housewives. This is her granddad right here. That's her granddad. This is builders of the movement and monuments. I don't see their names. I don't see their names, but those are people that I think put these monuments out here. Like they helped funded the monuments. There is John Lewis. Yeah, John Lewis. Because I remember seeing him in some of the old footage, like old films, marching here in Selma. And those ladies over there also marched in Selma as well. They did a Selma Montgomery March, Bloody Sunday, March 7th, 1965. Didn't let nothing turn them around. This right here is the lynching in Selma. Who even wants to think about that? The jail in Selma, Alabama was a repeated site of racial terror, lynching, and violence that devastated the African American community. In February 1892, police arrested Willie Webb in Waynesville and moved him to the jail in Selma under threat that local whites planned to lynch him. Hours after Mr. Webb arrived to Selma before he could stand trial, a well-armed lynch mob kidnapped him from the jail and killed him. The next year, in June 1893, a lynch mob seized another black man named Daniel Edwards from Selma jail, hanged him from a tree, and riddled his body with bullets. Warning to all black men that are too intimate with white girls. This is the work of 100 best citizens of Southside. Racial terror lynchings continue in Selma well into the 20th century. On July 11th, 1935, Joe Spinner Johnson was called from his work as a sharecropper and delivered directly into the hands of a white mob that bound him and beat him mercilessly. The mob then took Mr. Johnson to jail in Selma, where the witnesses heard him beaten while screaming. Several days later, Mr. Johnson's mutilated body was found in the fields near Greensboro. A leader of the Alabama sharecrop unit that operated from 1931 to 1936 to help sharecroppers receive better wages and treatment and reduce inequality in Alabama's Black Belt. Mr. Johnson challenged the exploitative and racially discriminatory practice of wealthy white planters and landowners. and for that he was targeted and lynched. These lynchings were terrorist acts committed with involvement and complicity of law enforcement officers, and they commonly went unpunished. Racial terror, lynching in Selma created trauma and misery while reinforcing white supremacy and denying black people in the community the basic rights of citizenship. That is still a thing of today. So these are tombs. Oh my God, this is so tombs of unknown slaves and unknown soldiers. So these are their tombs right here. Wow, that's crazy. Never forgotten, never again. All right, so my battery just died. I think I have a backup battery. So what that man about to go do? Mind my business. So y'all, the craziest thing just happened. I'm happy, like, I didn't have no devices. It's really not good because I've been riding around trying to get video with my camera, and I should let my mom do that, but you know, sometimes parents don't know how to capture things. So this guy was, I think he was looking at some people that was on a bridge, and they were taking pictures like a family. And so he actually ran up on top of the bridge, and he like hit the front of his truck, and he flattened his tire. So he was able to like pull off and get into a safe place, but I could tell he's like really upset because I think he had just bought the truck, and it looks like he was about to actually do some work on the truck because it had like a paper tag on it. So I'm thinking he just bought it, like he about to work on it and fix it up. And I felt so bad because it's like one of those old, like a truck, it looks like it's maybe from like the 70s or the 80s. So he was pretty pissed off, and we was gonna ask him was he okay, but when he slammed that door, I was like, it's time to go, because I'm like, when people, he might not been upset with us, but he just upset that, you know, he just bought this truck. So all right guys, so we are in our room. It's okay room. This building looks like it's historic. This building is downtown, so I can kind of tell by the way it looks. Like, look like the old window sills and stuff like that. So it was raining really bad on our way from Selma to Montgomery. Like, the rain would not, you know how it rains really hard and it'll stop. It'll rain for like maybe 10 minutes and it'll stop. Like, it didn't. Not here. It rained like, let me see, it was like 50 minutes from Selma to Montgomery, so it rained all 50 minutes. So we have ended our night. I'm so tired. I'm going to my shower and get in bed because we're going to try to get an early start. We are in Montgomery right now. I already mentioned that earlier before, but we just went over to like Marshall's. Yeah, we went to Marshall's, and then we went, it's a Mellow Mushrooms downstairs across the street from our hotel. So we went to Mellow Mushrooms and got a pizza and salad. We ate and we were tired, and I just want to get some rest. I was going to edit this part of the video from today, but I think I'm just going to wait because I'm so tired now. I think I'm just going to lay down, maybe watch YouTube videos, I don't know. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for my second day here in Alabama.